Hi, welcome to Laura's View and Tarot 2. I am so glad you're here. Today's date is Monday, January 6th, 2025. Well, the North American continent's pretty happy today, overall. In the United States, the election of Donald J. Trump as our 47th president was certified. And to the north of me, Canada seems to be pretty happy that Justin Trudeau, their prime minister, has resigned. The I don't have a share screen for you about that because it's a big news item. You can do any kind of special search, and even far off in the future, just search to see the day Trudeau resigned or information about Trudeau's resignation. If you're curious, and you'll find that information. So this is probably going to be a little faster video than some of mine. I just wanted to get some insights and information because there's a lot of jubilation going on. So what other happy events will Canada be able to anticipate post-Trudeau era? I'm going to switch the camera. We're going to ask the universe and find out. I am going to ask because I do want to have at least something of a parameter on time on this. And as I've said before, though, the universe doesn't recognize time as we do. So what we might think is a far off event, they think is near future. So let's put a 2 year, in the next 2 years, what other happy changes and events and actions can the universe tell us about for our neighbors to the north in Canada in the post-Trudeau era? Let's find out. Okay, so we would appreciate insights and information, especially for the human chronological timeline of the next couple of years for Canada in the post-Trudeau era. What can they anticipate, look forward to, and even rejoice about? Let's see what can be shared with us at this time. Okay, our first card is the Five of Swords. Then we have the Three of Pentacles. Seven of Swords. I'm laughing because this is kind of a guy that, this is Trudeau getting away with what he could while he could. Then we have the Knight of Cups. We have the Three of Cups. So yeah, there is going to be some reason to have some moderate celebrations going on. Ooh, we got the Three of Swords showing up and the Chariot. That's a victory card, triumph card. So that's really cool. We'll get some more cards here to layer on top and see because I think there's a lot going to be going on in our world in the next couple of years. And I think the universe is more than happy to give us at least some clues about that. So yeah. He did what he could while he could. He stepped away. This is Trudeau leaving the scene. Boom. Um, there actually is a firm foundation for some positive change and policies and actions that'll happen for Canada. You do have some things to look forward to that involve a secure and firm footing, so well established. Okay. Now, it's saying right now you've still got some prevaricators that are in positions of power. I know there's one that's I see his wife as being very much a handler, so it's not a clear playing field yet for things to be totally righted and changed, but this is going to herald the start of some good changes. And believe me, your voices were heard. That's part of why Trudeau had to step aside, besides the fact that just energetically our world is changing. And even without having always an option of fair selection processes, we get people installed despite what we might have voted for. When there's enough public sentiment, as there was with Trudeau, it just became overwhelmingly clear that a change had to happen. Boom. Now let's look at the near future. This is where it starts to get interesting. Again, you're going to overall be able to celebrate in a modest way that there's some positive changes that are starting to roll out and come. There is, however, still there's going to be, again, some lies that you're going to have to use your discernment and not buy into. Okay. But ultimately, yeah, triumph, absolutely triumph, and things moving in a positive direction. I think possibly the alt media chatter that as our world goes more to or my country goes more to a republic type of a situation, returns to that. Those little verbal jousts and parries about Canada being the 51st state, there's some merit to that, that we're going to have more boundaries between borders changing and alignments and um, changing in a good way. Let's get some other cards and see. Oh, there's a beautiful card. We got the Six of Wands, King of Swords. Okay, we have the Seven of Cups and the Five of Pentacles. Okay, near future, again, in the next couple of years. Reason to celebrate, triumph, things changing. The changing is going to involve some of the changes that are being uh, made to come about by the efforts of the Alliance, the White Hats. Absolutely. And they are going to see the victory that they wanted to, which in turn is going to make you'll have choices to participate, to be part of the process and the events that happen, or you can go your own way. And there's people that will. There are people that were finding our current dynamics to be very lucrative, and that's going to change for them in a big way. But the average Canadian, the average human, is going to be very happy with the changes that come about in the next couple of years. Let's recap. Justin Trudeau resigned today, January 6, 2025, the same day that the election in the United States was certified without any kind of a dramatic or traumatic incident. There may be a relation there. I didn't ask the universe about that. I just simply said there's a lot of joyful people in Canada. I've had a lot of emails from my Canadian friends today, and they're all happy about this development. And so we asked the universe, what can the people of Canada expect in the next couple of years in this post-Trudeau era? And it looked like there's some people, while Trudeau's departure does clean up the playing field a lot within the representation for the different provinces and for Canada in general, there's still some people that are tricky that are in positions of power and authority. They haven't all left the playing field yet. So it's going to behoove Canadians to use their discernment and to ferret out the lies and to keep that cleanup process going of having people leave positions of leadership when they're not truly leading and they're not leading from the right type of mindset and heart set. So you've got that to look forward to. But yeah, Trudeau walked away in defeat. Now, what's going to happen now? The things that are changing, there's actually a good foundation for some changes that are going to come about in Canada, and there's going to be a chance to do some celebrating about those. I mean, they're going to be so obvious. People are going to have some financial relief, some restrictions removed on what they can say, what they can do, options for healthcare, things like that. There's going to be an overall improvement of that. And this is a card of triumph. It showed up in the near future. So the Chariot showed up. So there's absolutely some good things happening in the near future. More good things were shown with the Six of Wands. Again, I think travel's going to be easier. It looks like the economy is going to do better. And there's always going to be a chance to make some choices about, again, who you choose to be in a leadership position and how you feel about events or things that are proposed or changes that come down the pike. Use your discernment and choose wisely and choose well. And let's get this plane of existence cleaned up a little bit. King of Swords showed up, just kind of a nod to the fact that this move today with Trudeau leaving was part of what the White Hats in the Alliance have seen as being necessary as part of the process of moving forward. There are people that aren't happy about the change from dark to light, and they're going to continue to be a little unhappy about that. And oh well, their day is done. I mean, profiting on the suffering of others is never, never a good thing. So that's it for the recap. I do have a short afterword if you'd like to stay for it. It doesn't directly have anything to do with this current events, although I am going to ask a question about it, of my viewers. So if you were just here for the current events portion of this video, I thank you for watching, and you are welcome to go surf other places and keep gathering your news and information. And I just thank you for being willing to look at a less than traditional means of getting some added perspective or information about our world. So thank you. And if you're willing to receive it, I send you love, light, and I wish for you everything bright. Now, for those of you that hung around, thank you. First of all, this is going to be a little woo. I got to ask you guys. I need to know. I experienced something this week, and I am convinced it is one of two options, and I want you guys to weigh in and let me know what it is. There was alt media chatter last week that when Trudeau was in BC on his skiing vacation, where he was not very happily received by residents, that he actually met mortal harm, if you know what I mean by that, by someone who was in his entourage. And when I went back to reference that, um, I couldn't find it anywhere. I read it more than one place. It has been scrubbed from the internet, or I've had a timeline slip, and those happen to me a lot. I feel like a surfer sometimes. So would you tell me which it is? Timeline slip? Or do you remember reading about in alt media chatter that he had come to harm? Either way, I knew that this it was going to make this resignation happen a lot sooner rather than later, one way or the other. It was bound to happen. And the other thing is, I wish I was a little better at discerning technology that's created, because I would love to know if the person that appeared today and made that resignation, which was rather awkward, but I wondered if it was a CGI or created situation. I didn't know. All I know is that the fact of the matter is the person seen in the public eye as Trudeau, they're not going to bring out a 3.0 or a 4.0. He has left the building, and there's a lot of happiness about that. But did I have a timeline slip? Or did you read some of that chatter too? And it just got scrubbed. Let's find out. Okay. Now that's it for this video. And I thank you again for entertaining some of my theories and concepts. And if you can confirm or help me to decide which experience I had this week, I'd appreciate it. So until next time, for all of you that want to receive it, and I'll bet those that stayed, it's 100%. I send you love, light, and I wish you everything bright. Thank you. Bye.